Good morning and assalamu alaikum to all parents and students. Today we are going to start our new reader, that is Castle Adventure, or you can say Castle Adventure. You see the word over here, that is castle or castle, has two pronunciations. Either you could use the British or American version, it's up to you. Now if I want to break this word, I can break it in two pronunciations as well, like castle, castle, castle or castle. It means only one thing. It's a huge kind of house that is very old. It's not a house. It's like a kind of like a kingdom. It's a place where a king lives. Castle is a place where a king and queen live. All right. Now, what is the meaning? What is the next word here? And when chur. You see the T over here is silent. Adventure. What is adventure? Adventure is a journey. It's a new journey on which you have a lot of risks, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. So there you go. Let's look at the picture now. Who do you see on the title picture? Well, I see a Gran over here. I see Chip over here, Kipper and Biff. And look, what's Biff holding in her hand? It's a frog, but what's weird about this frog? You see, this frog over here is wearing a crown. So it's kind of, suspicious and mysterious. They're over here in a castle and then they see a frog and the frog is wearing a crown. So it's kind of like suspicious and mysterious, and we have a kind of irony over here. So when we'll start reading this O.R.T, we'll find out what happens. Let's start reading. Alright, let's start reading from page number 1. The magic, tuk, the them, to a castle or castle. The magic took them to a castle. I'm going to read this word as castle, but you can allow your child to read it as castle. I'm going to read it as castle, okay? It's safe, it doesn't matter. The magic took them to a castle. Alright, so what was castle? I told you castle is a place where the king and queen live with their servants and they rule all over the village. But who are them over here? Who are them? From them we mean Gran, Chip, Kipper and Biff. Do you remember in our previous O.R.T, they went somewhere and an adventure started? This is where the magic key took them. Do we see a naming word over here? No, there's no naming word. Let's move on. Alright, page number 2 and 3. Three, whiches, lived, itna, in, the castle. They, were, nasty, witches. 3 witches lived in the castle. They were nasty witches. Alright, let's read page number 3, then we'll look at the pictures. Wa-on-one, was, a black, wa-ich, Wa-on-one, was, a red, wa-ich, Wa-on-one, was, a green, wa-ich. One was a black witch, one was a red witch, one was a green witch. Now let's look at the picture. Alright, I see that there are 1, 2, 3 witches. They're sitting in a castle. Castle. But how do I know that they're sitting in a castle? Because I can see the king's picture and the queen's picture over here. So what do you think? Let's look at the appearance and let's look at their faces. Let's look at the face expressions, alright, very closely. What do you think? Are these good witches or bad witches? These are bad witches. The word nasty over here means bad, okay? Or dirty, or the naughty. You can say these kind of words, okay? You can understand it from their expressions that they're not good witches, they're bad ones. Alright, what else do I see? I see that they are having their breakfast. I see their wand over here. I see their brooms, the flying brooms. Alright, and what else do I notice? I noticed that one was a black one, the other one was red, and this one was green, and she also has a cat over here. Page number 4 and 5. The ada magic ta tuk the ada children in side the ada castle it ta tuk the them ta utu a raum a frog was it na in the ada room I am a king said the ada frog I am the other king of the is this castle. The magic took the children inside the castle. It took them to a room. A frog was in the room. I am a king, said the frog. I am the king of this castle. So let's look at the picture on page number 4 and 5. What do we see? We see Gran. We see Chip, Kipper, Biff, and there's a frog that is standing, or you can say that sitting on a pillow, on a red pillow. We see cans over here and a frog's picture. This room does not look like a good room. It's just kind of a spare room or a secret room, you know, where you hide some stuff. The magic took the children inside. So they're inside the castle actually. They are inside the castle now. And they've entered a room. So they're actually here to help someone. Right. So who are they here to help? When they came inside the room, they saw a frog over here. And the frog was sitting on a red, you can say, pillow. And what does the frog say to them? He says that I am a king. The frog said, I am the king of this castle. But how do we know that he is the king and he is not lying? Look at his head. Do you see the crown over here? Only a king wears a crown. Page number 6 and 7. The ada witches turned Maimi into a frog. Help Maimi, he said. Which was coming it was the other black which look out said the other frog. The witches turned me into a frog. Help me, he said. A witch was coming. It was the black witch. Look out, said the frog. Alright, on page number 6 we see a frog. The same frog, and now you can see very closely that he is actually wearing a crown. So that means he is telling the truth and he is the king. What does the frog say to Biff, Chip, Kipper and Gran? He said, help me. The witches turned me into a frog. Page number 7. Now on this page they hear something. They hear someone is coming. Who is coming? The witch was coming. Which witch was coming? The black one was coming. And the frog warned Biff, Chip, Kipper and Gran about this witch. He said, look out, meaning he's trying to warn them. Page number 8 and 9. The other which opened the other odo. Gran pushed the other which chip took the other witches. Keys. Apostrophe S. We have to circle the apostrophe S over here. Alright, do we see a naming word over here? Yes, we see Chip over here. Underlining Chip and writing N. Page number 9. They ran out of the other room. Chip locked the other door. The other which couldn't get out. They ran out of the room. Chip locked the door. The witch couldn't get out. Let's read page number 8 and 9 again. The witch opened the door. Gran pushed the witch. Chip took the witch's keys. They ran out of the room. Chip locked the door. The witch couldn't get out. Alright, any naming word on page number 9? Yes, we see Chip over here, underlining and write N. All right. So what happens on page number 8 and 9? Let's look at the picture and see. So the witch came inside the room from this door and the door was open. All right. So now they're all hiding behind the door, and what happens as soon as the witch comes inside, Gran pushed her and she fell down the stairs. And what happened next was all of them ran outside. Chip over here grabbed the keys and they all went outside and they locked the door, and the witch could not come out now. So you see what is happening over here. Let's look at this word over here, witches. Witches, you see an apostrophe s over here. It means it's a possessive noun, but for a little child we have to tell them it is apostrophe s over here means that it is not more than one. It means that there is a thing, there is something that belongs to which. And you see a word over here that we have keys. Now look, there is no apostrophe s over here, so it means there are more than one keys. So you see more than one keys. So these keys were of this witch. So that is why they put over here an apostrophe s, which is keys. Number 10 and 11. Ran, look out, called chip. Which was coming to it was the other red which. Everyone ran. Now the first ran is in the past, so it means this book is talking about past tense, meaning that is gone. All of this stuff is already happened, but when I will write a word over here that is run, run, this is an word and this is an un word, CVC word, but the difference over here is ran means bhaga, bhage. Run means bhag rahe hain. Ran and run, you see the difference over here? So everyone ran. Look out! I told you about the exclamation mark. It always comes whenever you are shouting, freaked out, excited or scared. So look out, called Chip. A witch was coming. It was the red witch. So on page number 10 and 11, what is happening? They're all running and Chip warns them about something. Let's underline the naming word first, Chip, N, and which one of the witch is coming? It's the red witch now. Page number 12 and 13. I don't like witches, said Gran. She put a net over the other witch. The other witch couldn't get out. Good, the old Gran calls Biff. I don't like witches. So you see, we do not have an apostrophe s over here, so it means she's talking about more than one witches or witches combined. So she's saying she does not like witches, said Gran. She put a net over the witch. The witch couldn't get out. This word, it is combined by two different words meaning could and not. When you join could or not together, you get couldn't. Okay, good old Gran, called Biff. So who does not like witches? Gran does not like witches. What did she do with the red witch now? She pushed the black witch, and what did she do with the red witch? She put a net over her, and what happened? Now the red witch is stuck. She can't get out. Any naming word? Biff. And who said good old Gran? Biff. Why did she say that? Because she was happy. Page number 14 and 15. Gran went to the other green witch. I don't like witches, said Gran. I don't like nasty witches. Gran threw the witch on the other floor. Help, yelled the other witch. Good, old Gran, said the other children. Gran went to the green witch. I don't like witches, said Gran. I don't like nasty witches. Gran threw the witch on the floor. Help! Yelled the witch. Good old Gran, said the children. Alright, any naming word? No, there is no naming word on page number 14 and 15. So what is happening on page number 14 and 15? You see, the Gran has already captured and dealt with the two witches, the two other nasty witches. That was black one and the red one. Now only the green witch is left and she was having her dinner, lunch or breakfast. Alright, let's see. So the Gran goes to the green witch. Everything is already planned. They're very quiet, so they're very sneaky, and quietly they go to the green witch, and Gran, when pointing her or tapping her shoulder or pointing at her shoulder, she startled. Startle means she scared the green witch. And what does she say? When the witch turned back, she says, I don't like witches. I don't like nasty witches like you, meaning I don't like bad witches like you. What happens next? She held the chair and she took the chair out of the green witch and on which she was sitting, and when she pulled out the chair, she threw her on the floor, and we can see she is crying for help. Good old Gran, said the children. Page number 16 and 17. Some frogs came in and jumped on the other table. One was the other king. Help us, he said. But if Biff and Gran looked in the other witch's book. Some frogs came in and jumped on the table. One was the king. Help us, he said. Biff and Gran looked in the witch's book. Now you see they're in some kind of room on page number 16 and 17. You see, we see Gran over here with Biff. We see Kipper and Chip holding the brooms and guarding over here to keep all of them safe. And we see all the three witches are tied up. Now we see 4 frogs, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 frogs on the table. One of them is the king. That's the yellow one with the orange spots. And I think this one is the queen over here. You see, Gran handled the situation very carefully. You see, she took the glasses for this one. She put a net over her. And she, pushed her down. She also pushed her down, but she took her glasses and she, snatched her and threw her on the floor, and she isn't able, maybe she's hurt, so that is why she's not able to do anything. But she's all tied up, so she can't do anything. Now, what are Biff and Gran doing? They're looking in some kind of book. Number 18 and 19. The other frog turned into Thanks, said the other king. The other witches turned into frogs. Gran put the other book on the other fire. Oh no, said the other witches. The frogs turned into people. Thanks, said the king. The witches turned into frogs. Gran put the book on the fire. Oh no, said the witches. So what is happening on page number 18 and 19? We see 2 people standing on the table. Now who was already, who jumped on the table on page number 16? Those were frogs, do you remember? One of them was the king, and now the other one was also wearing a crown, so she must be the queen, and this is the queen over here. Now they turned into people, meaning they were already people. So these 3 nasty witches put a spell on them and turned them into frogs. But what happened? Gran and Biff and everyone else saved them. They, They said a spell and they turned back into people, and it reversed back on the witches, and now they're frogs again. What did Gran do after doing this? She put the book on fire. Page number 20 and 21. The other king had a party. Everyone went to it. What a good party. Said chip. What an adventure. Said Bib. I like adventures. Said Gran. Good the old Gran. Said very one. The king had a party. Everyone went to it. What a good party, said Chip. What an adventure, said Biff. I like adventures, said Gran. Good old Gran, said everyone. What is happening on page number 20 and 21? We see that the king and queen had a huge party. We see all of their servants and the knights, they've all turned back into people. What is happening? We see that the kids are enjoying themselves, having a party with the king, and Chip is enjoying the most. Chip is over here, sorry, that is Skipper. Chip is enjoying the most. What did he say? He said that, what a good party. So let's underline the naming word over here and write N. Let's see page number 21. And who likes adventures? Gran likes adventures. What an adventure. Who said this? Biff said this. So we have a naming word, one more over here. So let's underline and write an N over here. Good old Gran. Who said good old Gran? Everyone said good old Gran. Number 22, 23 and 24. The magic key was glowing. It's apostrophe S, circle it. Time to go, said ba if biv, gaut ba I, goodbye, said the other king. The other magic took the them back to ba ifs apostrophe S, meaning we're going to talk about something that belongs to Biff. Room, so that was her room. The magic key was glowing. It's time to go, said Biff. Goodbye, said the king. The magic took them back to Biff's room. The magic took them back to Biff's room. So what happened next? When they had a superb meal and a very exciting party, the magic key started to glow again. Who said it's time to go? Biff. Underlining Biff and writing N over here. Goodbye, said the king. So the magic is over, the adventure is over. What is happening now? They're all going back. And where does the magic take them back? They go back to Biff's room. They fell on the other Biff's bed. Oh no, said Mum. They fell onto Biff's bed. Oh no, said Mum. Naming word, Biff. Apostrophe S, meaning Biff's bed. This is Biff's bed, meaning it belongs to Biff, okay? And they all fell on Biff's bed. Now, do you remember from every adventure, I want you to note, and this is an activity for you guys, you have to look at all of the O.R.Ts that you already have and see what do they bring, because after every adventure, they bring something back with them. Like in Pirate Adventure, they brought Pirate's hat. Do you remember? And from here, we can see that Kipper was wearing the king's crown, and you see he brought the crown with him back. So that means that the adventure was actually true. Who do we see on this page? We see Mum, Gran, Kipper, Chip, Biff and Floppy. So over here our adventure ends, our story ends, and let's meet again for our new story in our next video. I hope you like it. Allah Hafiz.